And welcome, my dear fellas. Well, I know you couldn't wait for this. Me neither. Honestly, I'm also very much looking forward to it. And oh man, been a hard day. Not gonna lie, it's been a very, very, very hard day. I just need to. Goddamn phone. I need to share this. Few seconds. I just need to share this thing. Bellator thing. I just need to share this thing. Give me just 1 minute, please. Okay, and I'm going to share this on Discord. Off we go. Okay, I believe it's time now to share this. I'm starting slowly. Okay, there we go. I shared the stream. Fine. It's time to get underway. First of all, I've seen there were some last minute changes. Now Josh Hockett gonna fight Spencer Smith. I think Josh Hockett is a favorite for a reason. So Hockett to win. Hockett decision or late stoppage. I'm confident in Hockett to win from what I've seen in in their previous outings. I'm like Elara Joanne versus Jenna Bishop. I think Jenna Bishop should win. Think Bishop to win. Bishop decision. He has some kind of control. If she takes her down, she could dominate the mats. Romero Cotton versus Grant Neal. Now, Romero Cotton is a slight underdog. I'm going to say fight starts round 3 or Cotton to win. Cotton is like very, very, very underrated fighter, and I just have a feeling he is too underrated here. He might have a chance. Muhammad Berkhamov versus Herman Terrado. Man, I'm a fan of Terrado, but unfortunately, I'm gonna say Berkhamov to win. Berkhamov decision. Unfortunately, Berkhamov is so annoying fighter, but can't stand him, but he's probably going to win. Dovlejan Yakshi Muradov versus Maciej Rozhansky. Unfortunately, Yakshi Muradov to win. I love this Polish fighter, but his wrestling defense is questionable, his takedown defense is questionable, and that's going to be a massive problem for him. Devion Franklin versus Slim Trabelsi. Slim Trabelsi has amazing wrestling and he can take a beating, so Slim to win or no distance. I think also no distance makes sense in this case. I mean, Slim Trabelsi could guess. Henry Corrales versus Kai Kamaka Jr. Tough fight to call. I'm gonna say fight starts round 3 or Henry to win. Next, I'm looking forward to Sergio Cosio versus Jesse Roberts. Cosio has the experience, but unfortunately Roberts is a young gun, young phenom, so I'm gonna say no distance for Roberts to win. Next call is going to be the combat between Lyle McCourt and Sarah McMahon. I think McMahon has better wrestling. This is excellent pairing by Bellator, one of the best pairings I've seen. Lyle McCourt is defensively amazing fighter. She can take a beating, but I think McMahon has better wrestling. So I'm gonna say McMahon to win. McMahon decision. Next one is another high-level bout. Well, for me, this is high-level. Bobby Cerrone III versus Alberto Garcia. At the fight where someone's has to go, and I'm going with Bobby to win. Next one is the combat between Bryce Meredith and Miguel Pember. I have good feeling about Bryce Meredith for this, but Bellator is like Bryce to win, Bryce ETD. Bellator likes to favor wrestlers, and that's something I don't like about Bellator, especially their prelims, but that's their philosophy. Dmitry Hritsenko versus Justin Montalvo. I think I'm gonna go with Hritsenko. Hritsenko to win. Or fight starts round 3. Next one is the combat, finally to close up the prelims, between Lorani Santos and Jackie Catalin. I think the Brazilian fighter has greater chances to win, but I would also say fight starts round 3 or Santos to win. Okay, this was the preliminary card. Main card I already posted, but I will repeat. Preliminary card until minute 6, main card until minute 8, then Chit Chat. Fine. Alright, the next one is I already gave my predictions for the main card. Liz Carmouche versus Ilya McFarlane. I'm gonna go over 2.5 or Liz to win. I have a feeling Liz to win in later rounds or via decision. Next one, I have Chris Cyborg versus Kat Zingano. Oh, one of the bouts is scrapped, I see. Shit. Alright. I mean, shit happened all the way. Ryan Bader versus Linton Vassell. Not gonna happen because Vassell withdrew. Sad, but it happens. Cyborg versus Zingano. Got Cyborg to win or no distance. I'm sad. Bader fight not happening. Yeah, I see that fight is cancelled. Linton Vassell withdrew. Main event, I have Umar to win. Umar to win. I say Umar ETD. Umar KO TKO. I have a strong belief that Umar Nurmagomedov gonna win this one. Brent Primus has the chance if he is able to drag the fight to the ground. Question is, will he be able to drag it to the ground? Umar is one of the best strikers I've ever seen from the region of Dagestan, and he is not a typical boring wrestler. He at least knows to strike, and I can tell you that this guy is very, very much up and coming, and I believe this guy can really, really make some noise. So now they have the presser, and I just have a good reason to believe that this Bellator event is going to be fireworks. Have a strong feeling that this Bellator event is going to bring some real noise. So unfortunately, we could have had 4 title fights. It could have been the best event in the history of the competition. It's still gonna be a good event. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still gonna be a good event, but it's not gonna be fireworks like it should have been. But it's gonna be a good one. Can't criticize the event though. Really much cannot criticize the event. I think this event is pretty much solid, and yeah, I think this event is pretty much, you know, good for like. This is going to be one of the best Bellator events ever. Maybe the best if Ryan Bader fought Linton Vassell. It would have been the best event in the history of the competition, but didn't go well. What can I say? Easy, I guess. Easy squeezy. These pressers are now live. I know it might be a bit rush hour at the moment, but I just had to stream a bit. Just came off my training session. I'm just having a very, very much of a hard day. Well, hasn't been an easy one, but it is what it is. I mean, life happens, so really life happens. Some things come and go, and that's how it goes. I'm like always trying to push everything to the next level. That's my philosophy. This It's just a part of the game, yes. I always believe in a better tomorrow, my dear fellas. Always, literally always. Uh, I know there are many events happening right now. I should have just stayed at another wrestling training session, but today's day has been just too much of a challenge for me. So tomorrow I will give you Dana White contender picks, and I will do UFC predictions picks. So same things are repeated every single day, and maybe tomorrow I'm going to train. Maybe I'm gonna train in the stream. I will see. Just say maybe I'm going to train. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping I will be able to train. And Usman knockout, says Grayson. Oh yeah, Usman knockout. I have to agree with you. Usman KO TKO. That was one of my calls. Yeah, I should give that round robin. Yeah, I just need to see which underdogs I picked. Mm, no, 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 no. Corrales, Cotton, Corrales to win, Cotton to win. And did I pick another underdog? No. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Usman KO TKO. I guess round three. Maybe that could be a nice round robin. I only picked two underdogs. Also seen Linton Vassell, the fight between Linton Vassell and his opponent is not going to happen. So sad, isn't it? Linton Vassell, Ryan Bader not happening. It's pretty sad, you know. It's pretty sad to know that this fight will never come to fruition. Because I was really hoping for, for better days, better things, but it's simply not gonna happen, you know. Life can be harsh sometimes. I was really expecting something big, but when you expect too much, you mostly get nothing. You know, when you expect too much of life, you mostly get nothing, and that was my case here. I was really expecting the most from that fight, and I guess for a reason it didn't come to fruition. Some things happen for a reason, and this I should have just stayed and do another wrestling training session. Hey, I have something to share with you. Today, I finished a guy via Ezekiel choke of the top in the first round, and in the second round, I fished for a triangle choke, he defended. Then I fished for arm bar, he defended. Then I returned to a triangle choke, he defended, tried to hide the arm, and then I finished with a TP choke. So, the world class submission switch. Yeah, really, but the guy defended triangle choke, then I digged for an armbar, he defended armbar. I switched again to a triangle choke, he defended it again, and then he tried to pull the arm, you know, he was trying to hide the arm, and then I went for a TP choke and finished him. So it was a nice day. Really much was a nice day. It seems my skills are catching up, so I'm pleased with how everything develops, not gonna lie. I'm pleased. I think everything is getting better and better, so I think I'm starting to feel the spirit of BGG. I mean, BGG is hard to learn, I'm not gonna lie, but I have more sense of BGG than I have more sense of BGG than for wrestling, especially for offensive wrestling. Never been good at that segment of fighting, unfortunately. I have really never been good in that segment of fighting. I've always been an average guy in that aspect of fighting, so you know, things happen, come and go. They're just a part of the game. It's all part of the game. So, training, everything happens for a reason, my dear fellas. Literally everything. Me, just guess. Just guess I did a good job at the end of the day. It looks I'm getting some comments. That's amazing. Hope you prize to win. Yes, I agree. Laywood. Laywood might actually have a hard time against Josh Warrington, but let's hope Laywood is going to win. That fight is so hard to call. I mean, we're about to see. Everything comes for a reason, happens for a reason. We're about to see. Also, I released UFC Undisputed 3 video. Today, Mirko Krokop versus Bob Sapp. There will be more videos like that in the period to come. I can announce you that, and I will try to push everything to the next level. I can promise you that. Maybe I will stream for 10 more minutes. I know two pressers are live right now, but I owe you predictions. I actually promised, so no, when I come too tired of the training session, all I want to do is sit and rest. And this day was fireworks. It really was fireworks. Was a very hard day in the office today. But at least my predictions are being watched. Yeah, Dawson versus Green full card predictions. It's nice. I'm seeing some pretty much nice results here. I'm pleased. Hmm. Seems Dana White Contender Series is going to have more battles. Like this time, it's gonna be 6 battles, as one of the bouts was pushed. One of the bouts was pushed 1 week backwards, so kinda sucks to some point, but that's how things work. 5, 6 more minutes. Then I'll go. Tomorrow I think I will stream longer. But no, some work that I'm putting in. It's definitely hard, but I'm pushing my story and never giving up. Just a guy who'll never give up. That's me. Any questions? Okay, 5 more minutes, then I'm leaving. Just need to take a look at something. Still taking a look. Love to hear that you're making progress in your ground game. Oh, thank you so much, Grayson. Well, I'm improving my ground game significantly. I'm watching BGG videos all day. Literally watching BGG videos all day, and I learned ankle lock also. This is very difficult submission. I learned ankle lock, and I plan to learn heel hook, but it's very hard. Heel hook is like the kryptonite of a very, very, very skillful fighters, and I think I'm gonna learn it as time goes by. I'm hoping to learn it now as time goes by. Yeah, I'm trying to make a progress as much as I can in my ground game. I'm really, really trying as hard as I can. And well, these submissions, it's very much mandatory necessary. Well, Clan Giles' YouTube channel has been a lifesaver for me. He is an ADCC champion and a great teacher. I am following that guy. I literally never tried bow and arrow. I had his back. I just had his back, and when I've seen that he was doing this, that he was pulling my hand down, I just caught his arm. I caught his arm, and then when I was holding him, I nearly extended his leg. And as I was holding him, he was sweaty, and he was sweaty and slippery. And I was holding him. I needed like this to finish, and he slept out. He was sweaty and slippery, so I was holding, and then you know I simply let go because he was too slippery. I nearly finished guy with bow and arrow choke. Nearly. Literally, I didn't know that you can finish bow and arrow choke without gi. I didn't know that until today. I've seen I've seen those videos multiple times, but I was always watching bow and arrow with gi. And then I was like, okay, I can try this without a gi. Maybe it's going to work. I needed like this to finish the guy. Literally, as soon as I took his back, scorpion choke is too hard for me. I tried scorpion choke, but it's too hard. It's like too complex. And then I'm like, let's go bow and arrow. Unfortunately, last minute he slipped out. That would have been crazy. Yeah, actually, bow and arrow choke actually works without gi. I mean, I needed like this, but I was holding his arm and I grabbed his leg, so he couldn't release his leg. I grabbed his leg and I should have pressed just a bit more, and he was sweaty. He was sweaty and slippery. And I was pulling like this, and then I lost the grip because he was sweaty. And that guy was like, what the heck was that? But literally, I needed like this to finish. Have an interesting variety of submissions, very unorthodox. I'm good. I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm good when I'm on the bottom. When I'm on the top, that's a problem. I'm actually good when I take the back. I'm good when I'm on the bottom. But the problem is I'm horrible on the top. On the top, I can only finish via Isaac kill choke, maybe. Well, I don't know. Kimura, Americana, I don't look for them too much. When I'm on the top, I only strike. I only hit when I'm on the top of some fighter. I'm only hitting. I'm only punching or elbowing when I'm on the top. So I rarely go for a submission when I'm on the top. Like Kimura's, Americanas, I can only attempt it when somebody is rocked. Because I don't have much confidence in Kimura's and Americanas. I'm not a master of those submissions. And that's a problem. I'm really not master of those submissions, and Americanas are actually easy to defend, and many people in my dojo know to defend Kimuras and Americanas. The majority of them know not to keep their legs, not to keep their arms on the ground. As soon as you start doing that, they instantly don't hold their arms on the ground. They know to defend it. When on top, I like to sit in half guard and wait for the opponent to underhook so I can lock up my Darsh choke. Actually, Darsh choke is very hard to me. I only know to finish via Anaconda, I don't know to finish via Darsh choke. I mean, I'm not saying Darsh choke is difficult for me, but I finished the guy via Anaconda, but I have never finished anybody via Darsh. I don't know, Darsh choke is just too hard for me. I tried many times, but people defend it. Either they are very skillful, either I'm not doing it very well. But when I grab Anaconda, I'm pretty much good when I grab Anaconda. But with Dark Choke, people defend it very easily. I mean, I tried it few times, but every single time they defended it. So Dark Choke doesn't work for me. No. Especially of the half guard, like When I'm in the half guard, I mostly hit. Whenever I finish a high level opponent, it is always Dars. Well, maybe that's your special submission. You know which is my special submission? What do you think? Which one is my special submission? Let me see whether you're going to guess. No. It's not TP choke. TP choke is one of my secret weapons, but it's not my special submission. My best move, you won't believe which is my best move. I actually had many finishes via that move. On the training session, I had many finishes via that move. It's very unorthodox submission, though. TP choke, yes, I was finishing people via TP. Isaac kill, yes, you know that. Isaac kill, yes. I was finishing Isaac kill from every single position. It is Isaac kill. Number 1 is Isaac kill, number 2 is TP, number 3 is omoplata. You know, for example, I rarely attempt omoplata, but like when I attempt it, once out of 3 times I finish. I rarely attempt omoplata though, because people know not to hold their arms on the ground. As soon as they are on the ground, they are instantly raising them, you know. Omoplata only works well when somebody holds the arm on the bottom. Only the most rare submissions. Exactly. Yeah. TP Isaac omoplata. Human highlight reel. I know. But for example, I can't finish via Darsh choke. You know. I only do crazy submissions. I finished one guy via body crunch. I finished twice via scarf hold. You know, Lennox choke, scarf hold headlock, or skull crusher. How you call it? No, really. I finished via that. You know, that dirty arm bar, wakigatame. You know what is that? That wakigatame, like when you're in a kesagatame position and you go for the arm bar. That is also a rare submission, dirty submission. I was also finishing via that. I have finished via punch choke. What else did I have? Yeah, I also had finished via punch choke. Like, believe it or not, I have one finish via punch choke. Only crazy submissions work for me, because people don't expect it. And for example, I rarely finish via triangle because people know to defend. As soon as you go for triangle, the first thing they do is like pushing you. They push you or do this, and it's almost impossible to finish. People in my dojo know to defend triangles very well. No matter how good you are, they defend. Your Sherdog record will look crazy with all these submissions. I know. But I'm only good when I'm on the back or when I'm threatened, you know, when somebody threatens. I am very good when somebody threatens. For example, I don't know to do buggy choke. I didn't learn it yet, unfortunately. I was finishing via reverse triangle choke more times than via triangle choke. You know, via triangle choke, I had maybe 3 or 4 finishes, but via reverse triangle, I had many finishes. Because people don't expect reverse triangle, especially when they are inside control. Nobody expects that. Because when they are inside control, they don't. Does your coach think you're insane? Absolutely. Today he was yelling at me because I was attempting form full choke for the whole round. One guy caught me into guillotine and I switched to the side, you know, for form full. And I was pushing for form full, but he knows to defend. He did this, you know, he covered up his neck. And the whole round I was attacking form full. He was defending. I was on the top, but he didn't want to let go of the guillotine. And my coach started yelling after 1 minute. He was like, "What the heck are you doing? Switch the position." I'm like, "I'm attacking I was saying, well, I'm attacking from full." And he started yelling, "The referee is gonna stand you up, you idiots. Change the goddamn position." No, really, but he started yelling at me. He says in normal fight, the referee would stand us up. But you know, he was holding guillotine very tight, and I was unable to do anything. And I was in the side control. He caught like this, didn't want to let go. But, I was attempting form flu, which didn't work. And yeah, he was yelling at me today. Yeah, he was yelling at me today. But with that form flu, But I was unable to finish form flu because that guy knows to defend form flu very well. Last time I finished him via form flu. This time he just raised shoulder like this. And no matter what I do, he does this or raises shoulder. No way to finish. He knows the move. He recognizes the move. No. But it's all about, unfortunately, whether somebody recognizes or doesn't recognize the move. That's the problem. But I only have crazy submissions. No, like normal submissions, for example, I maybe have 2 or 3 finishes via armbar. Form flu choke is easier for big muscular people. I know. I'm not much muscular as well as you see. You see? I'm not much muscular. I don't have much of a muscles as well as you can see. I'm not much muscular. Vlad is allergic to traditional submissions. That is true. But I was attempting that form flu choke, but the guy defended it well. Like the whole round, he was defending it well. And I tried to finish him then via ankle lock, but he also defended ankle lock. And I also came close to finish ankle lock, but he kicked my arm. We were like, I rotated him to the side, and I started squeezing, and he kicked me here. Somehow he kicked me here, and I had to let go. He knows to defend ankle lock. That guy is actually very good in submission defense. Also, that my sparring partner, he's actually very good in submission defense. But this was actually the first time that I was attempting ankle lock. Fought many top fighters in Bulgaria. Oh, that's amazing. I'm just saying, he liked. I nearly like. I'm not gonna say I came close. I only rotated him to the side, but he kicked me here and slipped out of it. So I'm not much good. Like leg locks are very hard. I don't like going for legs. Look forward to seeing you grapple on the channel. Sounds entertaining. When I do my amateur match next year, when I decide to compete in amateur fight, if my opponent takes me down, I will have to use my BGG because I have good defensive BGG. I will fight you next year. That's amazing. That's amazing, man. If you come to my state to an amateur tournament, that's okay. In amateur tournament, I have no right to choose the opponent. So whoever appears, they're gonna pair me with the guy who appears. So these are the rules in amateur tournament. In my state, if you want to compete professional, you must have one amateur fight at least. So these are simply rules in my state. If you don't have an amateur fight, they don't let you fight professionally. But about amateur fight, I decided I will do it. About professional, if I win amateur fight, we will discuss that. If I lose, maybe never. That is the problem. Like, if I win, we can discuss. If I lose, then maybe never. That is my step up. I decided to do amateur MMA fight next year when my leg heals. You will see. You will see. It would be fun. In amateur circuit is actually 3. Yes, I can fight 5 rounds. Cardio is my best. My best side is cardio and striking. Yes, I can fight. I don't have problem with cardio. My biggest problem is when somebody is a good wrestler. That is my biggest problem. That is my biggest problem. If somebody is very good offensive wrestler, that scares the shit out of me. I'm actually good defensively of my back, etc. But if somebody is very good wrestler, that is a problem for me. Like I don't have fear from good strikers, etc. I can strike, but I have fear of good wrestlers. If somebody is a good wrestler, do you lift weights? No, I don't have time to lift weights, but I plan to lift weights to start lifting from New Year. As soon as my leg recovers, I plan to start lifting. I have to start lifting if I want to fight at least amateur. I will have to. Right now my leg is injured, but I plan to start doing it after New Year. Hello, Hype 3 MMA. I plan to start lifting. After New Year, I have an agreement with my coach to lift weights 2 times per week. That is what we agreed upon. Been live for a while. I miss a lot. Nah, I'm on a carnivore diet, getting ripped. You're cutting pounds or? I'm over 1 month member. Oh yeah, it's new batch. Congrats, Hype 3 MMA. Are you cutting in Russia? Are you cutting pounds or? I actually don't choose my food much. I mean, I do eat meat, but I combine food. I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian. I eat meat from time to time. Getting rid a bit of stomach fat. That's okay. Carnivore diet can actually help you get rid a lot of bulk. But my body cannot tolerate it. I tried carnivore diet once, but it didn't work well. After 2 days, I felt dizzy. My body can't tolerate it. But if you're able to, if your body can handle carnivore diet, that's amazing. My body couldn't. My body unfortunately couldn't. Have to eat a lot of raw butter animal fat to not get dizzy. I know, man. I know. That's why my body didn't tolerate it. Eating animal fat is like some people can do it, some people can't. Like my body is a bit too sensitive for that kind of diet. I mean, I shredded 4 pounds in 2 days when I tried carnivore diet, but I couldn't stand it. But I literally shredded 4 pounds in 2 days. But I felt dizzy. It was like that diet is very hard. It's not for everybody. I mean, some people can do it, some people can't. My body cannot tolerate it. I mean, I'll be honest, my body sucks. I confess it publicly. My body sucks because my body is not too tolerant to those diets. I don't eat sugar. I eat it very rarely. Very, very rarely. I don't remember actually when was the last time I ate sugar, honestly. Also, I don't like sweets that much. I mean, I don't even buy chocolate, for example. Yeah, believe it or not, I don't buy chocolate. But it's not because I'm on a diet, just because I don't like it. Like, I take one piece of chocolate and that's it. I only have sugar in my coffee. I actually drink coffee without sugar. I like a pie once in a while. Pie is fine. If it's with some fruit, then it's okay. Maniac. No, I'm drinking coffee without sugar. No, I can't drink coffee with sugar. Pie is fine if it's like if it's with some kind of fruit, then it's okay. Yeah, I just do black coffee, no sugar. Same, same. I don't put sugar in my coffee, never. It just I don't know. I ain't got used to it, I guess. Any advice on going for body shots? I know lowering myself to the level of the body is one. Another thing aside of lowering, what can you do? You can try to move sideways. if you make a side step, that can also help you, because you need to open angle for body shots. You need to open a different angle. That is also going to help you. And also, the piece of advice you wrote is perfectly accurate. But different angle matters a lot with body shots. So if you can change angle or move sideways, that could be awesome. What a straight to the gut. Have a nutritionist when you start fighting. I will have to pay one. Why not train wrestling? I'm actually training wrestling. Yes, I'm training wrestling, but I'm horrible at wrestling. I trained wrestling today, but I'm honest. I am very very horrible at wrestling. Straight to the body. Make a step. For straight to the body. For example, if it's right straight, step to that side. So right straight, step to that side, right. Left straight, step to that side, right. That is going to help you to open better angle, and of course lower your center of gravity. Like, you need to open angle for straight. For example, straight like this, step here. Straight like this, step here. To open angle better and to rotate your hip more and to go down a bit more. Julian Serafimo is looking for a fight at 170 in the next ISFA card in Sofia, Bulgaria next year. Check out his topology and see if you would like that fight. That would be awesome, but I first need to have an amateur fight. After an amateur fight, we can discuss pro. Yes, I understand. I actually just ordered some barbecue short ribs. That's amazing. That sounds amazing. Julian Serafimo. I know who is Julian Serafimo. But I need to have at least one amateur fight, so these are the rules in my state. If you don't have at least one amateur fight, you can't fight pro. Nobody gonna let you. They are going to say you don't have amateur fights. Goodbye. Julian is pretty much ready to get knocked out again. I'm good when I keep the fight on the feet, man. No, my problem is ground. Ground fighting is my problem. Because if somebody is a good wrestler, that is a big problem to me. And I don't know to wrestle. My counter wrestling is like, my defensive wrestling is improving, but I don't know to wrestle offensively. I wanna fight, but I'm too old now. 28. It's never late, man. No, really, it's never late. I'm 35, man. I decided to do one fight. I will be 36 when I do a fight. I will be 36, man. Can help you find opponent with no ground game or athleticism. That would be amazing. Well, when I do amateur fight, then we can discuss that. Because like for amateur fight, it's not allowed to choose your opponent in my state. For pro, you can choose. You don't want a padded record. I'm not going to have a padded record with amateur. Like in amateur, you can't choose. In professional, coach chooses. Not me. Coach is saying yes or no. No, a lot of people in Serbia who would be willing to let you knock them out. Really? Think they are fixing fights? Yeah, I've heard about fight fixing. In exchange for $1,000. So even in Serbia they fix fights, huh? I've seen some fights, and I've heard actually about some fixed fights, but I guess it happens everywhere in the world. Yeah, I guess it happens everywhere in the world, those fixed fights. But you are right. Draft King and UFC fix fights. Exactly. Like Derek Mina, for example, and James Krause, they were probably having some kind of an agreement. James Krause will never coach because of that again, but he deserved that. I mean, let's be honest, he deserved that. I will tell them to lower their guard for the left high kick. Oh, thank you. That would mean a lot to me. If they lower this hand, here comes my left leg. Mirko Krokop's left high kick is gonna come. But you are right. There are people who would go down for like not $1,000. They would go down for 500, 400. You know, in my state, people are ready for everything. Even for smaller amount of money. For $1,000, they are going to lay and pray all the time. Could you beat Terence McKinney? No, of course I cannot beat a professional MMA fighter. I am not MMA guru. MMA guru called out Terence McKinney for a boxing fight. But no, I'm okay striker, but Terence McKinney is a professional fighter. Absolutely. Listen, if this is a kickboxing or Muay Thai fight against Terence McKinney, I would stand a chance. But if it's MMA fight, no. If it's MMA fight, no way. McKinney would sleep, Guru. Yes, I know. I'm telling you, if it's kickboxing or Muay Thai, I would stand a chance. But like in MMA fight, no way. I mean, McKinney is brutal on the ground. GM3 Chimaev was defo fixed at the time. GM3 didn't want that fight. Yeah, he fell down from the first fight, from the first punch. MMA Guru is a virgin, says Bob. He's a virgin? I didn't know that. I know people are trolling him about that. I've seen. Pretty sure I could beat Paddy. Paddy has a padded record. I mean, let's be honest. That fight against Jared Gordon was fixed. But you are right. Padded record. Paddy has a padded record. That fight was fixed. No, can't. We could find someone to take a KO loss in exchange for a Big Mac with fries. Maybe. That would be fun, pro MMA fans. I like the way you think. When we're already talking about Paddy, I hope Tony Ferguson is going to win that one, but I just have a bad feeling about that fight. How about you guys? What do you think about Tony Paddy? I think Paddy is going to win, unfortunately. I'm not betting that fight. Me neither. Me neither. I'm also not betting that fight. Rashi via KO round 1, unfortunately. About Paddy Tony, man, I want Tony to win that fight so badly, but it's unreal, isn't it? If you are fighting for your life, I could beat some of those lower level pros. Well, octagon fight is a fight for your life, man. One of you will go out. Only one of you goes out. So it's a fight for you, for your life, technically. Yes, technically it's a fight for your life, yes. Pick Nurashi against Ludwig Sholinian. He is right about Paddy Pimblett. He has got padded record, man. That fight against Jared Gordon was fixed. Got a bit raw in Nurashi, says Hype 3 MMA. I'm just saying against Terence McKinney. If it's kickboxing or Muay Thai fight, I would stand a chance. In MMA fight, I would lose. Like, Terence McKinney's ground game is amazing. Alright, Terence McKinney has no cardio, but man, his ground game is amazing. Just amazing. No way I could defend his submissions. No untrained person beats any male UFC fighter. Narashi is a prospect, apparently. Yeah, this is true. Being a prospect is nice. Really nice. I actually like prospects. When Rashi sees red, it's all over. Bodies hit the floor. So if his opponent wears red trunks, he's gonna smoke him out. No homos man who could beat JP Buys if you gave him 10 days to train. Maybe that could be nice. I've never liked that guy JP Buys, honestly. Also CM Punk, Mike Jackson, they have always been fraud fighters. CM Punk, Mike Jackson, they have always been fraud fighters. These guys are frauds. I would beat any female woman MMA fighter. Honestly, I don't know. But the 125-pound males would kill my ass. Some female fighters are actually very strong. I don't know, honestly. I think I would stand a chance against Rose Namajunas. I think. She is 115-pound fighter. 115. I'm taller and heavier. Maybe I would stand a chance against Namajunas. I have rolled with some UFC females. That's amazing. That is really amazing. Do you have some unorthodox finishes, Grayson, at your resume? I mostly have unorthodox finishes. I mean, in my training sessions, I mostly finish via unorthodox submissions. You know what is the problem? In my gym, people defend rear naked choke very well. And as soon as you do this, they are trying to, to pull like this. And it's good to know those rare chokes like Scorpion, like Bow and Arrow, like Back Triangle or something like that. It's very good to know it. Because if you know it, you have better chances to, like, if you just go for a rare naked choke, they just do this, they defend very well. People in my gym know to defend rare naked choke very well. Even low level fighters defend it very well. They also defend short choke very well. Also neck cranks, they're like, you can finish via that, but it's hard. In my gym, people are actually, if they don't recognize submission, then you're in advantage. If they recognize, in 95% of cases, they will defend. Rear naked choke, darts, guillotine, anaconda, and kimura are my main submissions. I actually don't have many finishes via rear naked choke. Maybe 2, 3. I was trying to finish via that submission, but people defend very well in my gym. Everybody knows to defend it. Can the mom be a champion at 135 now that Nunez is gone? Who can stop her? I think the mom could be the champion. Nice question. I think she could. Well, there are some high-level prospects in that division, but I think the road is wide open at the moment. I have a feeling that the road is wide open at the moment. Darce choke, I don't have a finish via Darce choke. Guillotine choke, I have maybe 2 or 3 finishes via guillotine. No, I have only 1 finish via guillotine, but I have 3 finishes via mounted guillotine. Mounted guillotine of the top. that one, you can also finish it via one arm. You know what is mounted guillotine, but like mounted guillotine when you're moving to the side, when you're moving your hips to the side. I have 3 finishes via that, and only 1 finish via guillotine, via regular guillotine. Kimura, believe it or not, I only finished once or twice via Kimura. I don't have many Kimura finishes. But I have more Americana finishes than Kimura finishes. Rear naked choke is my most common submission in the UFC for good reason. It is the only submission that works against wild animals. Well, that is true. If some people are very strong, but in my gym, that's a problem. Everybody knows to defend rear naked choke. Even if you take their back, it doesn't mean you are going to win. Because no matter how hard you squeeze, they constantly, you squeeze, they move, they remove your arm. No matter how good you are, like many of them know to defend rear naked choke very well. Kimura is amazing from bottom half guard. I use the Kimura to sweep. I also use Kimura for sweep, but the problem with like finishing Kimura of the bottom is I was only able to finish Kimura of the bottom when I was in the full guard. I don't know why they gave her Yana Santos. I would have liked them on fighting Aldana or Bueno Silva. I think Aldana fight or Bueno Silva fight would be more entertaining. Have a busted up knuckle I can't punch with, and I hate it so much. Sorry to hear that. Kimura sweep is actually nice. Just catch like this, this, go under, catch your arm, and off we go. Yeah, Kimura sweep. I love it, man. Grab the arm, catch, and let's go for a sweep. Lift your hips up, make a bridge, and end up on the top. And with a good Kimura sweep, you can end up in the mount. My brother uses the Kimura against me constantly. It is so hard to stop, from top or from bottom. He uses the Kimura to take my back. Oh, that is hard to defend. If he uses Kimura to take your back, that is hard to defend. It means he is very skillful. From bottom, I know that, but that move is very hard for me. I know that move, but it's too hard to me. That move is just too hard for me. Or like this, grab, sweep. When I try to pass guard, he grabs the Kimura and takes my back. Well, I rarely try to pass guard, honestly. If I'm like in that position, I will either go for ankle lock or sometimes I will either go for ankle lock or I will posture up to stack guard. I rarely try to pass guard. I mean, you know why? Because like for me, it's easier if I'm in that position, it's easier to land shots or to posture up to stack guard. I have more options from stack guard. And for example, stack guard is a perfect position for ankle lock. I introduced my brother to BJJ a few years ago, and now he is a high-level purple belt. Well, purple belt is he is knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. He surpassed my skills because injuries have stopped my training. Well, I had to learn BJJ because of injuries. I had to stop striking because of my injuries. I didn't have much of a choice, so I had to start learning BJJ thoroughly. Had to start learning BJJ thoroughly. He have neck injuries and meniscus tears in both knees. Oh man, neck injuries are hard. I have Achilles tendon injury. Actually, a judo black belt was unable to finish me today. I mean, he was on the top of me, he was better. I was unable to finish him either, but he didn't finish me. And he was shocked, like, he said, you're a kickboxer? And I said, yes. He's like, well, for a kickboxer, you're good defensively. But he was constantly going for those arm bars and something like that. Like, he doesn't have big choice of submissions, that judo guy. Interestingly, he really doesn't have a wide choice of submissions like me. He's got like 3 or 4 submissions, and he's constantly attempting them. He's got armbar, he's got straight armbar, he's got... It's not a rear naked choke, it's some kind of something that reminds of a rear naked choke. That's basically it. He doesn't have many submissions. The fence is your friend as a kickboxer. It is useful to get into your feet. Absolutely. And it is useful for sweeps. Not only to work my way back to the feet, it is also useful for sweeps. Fans can help you a lot with the sweeps, especially when you control your opponent. Or if you go... I also use shoulder lock as a potential position for sweep, if you know what that means. Like a shoulder lock, when I'm in the full guard, a shoulder lock, and I catch like this. Then I raise one leg in the top, and then I do a pendulum to sweep. Actually, many people use shoulder lock as a finishing move, but me, I prefer shoulder lock for a submission, for like a sweep. Also, I mostly use guillotine for a sweep too, or to adjust the position in the stand-up. I watch ACA to learn about cage wrestling. Those fighters love to wrestle against the fence. I'm actually good defensively against the fence, but offensively, I'm only good against the fence when I strike. When somebody is pressed against the fence, I usually throw knees, elbows, punches, leg kicks. I'm good with that. But if I need to wrestle offensively against the fence, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Been a nice chat and discussion with you, my dear fellas. Thank you for your endless support. Like to cage push to set up elbows. That is amazing. I also like to do that too. Need to get some sleep now to hit the hay. Tomorrow I will give you Dana White Contender Series predictions. I can promise you that. Maybe tomorrow I will train live. That's all I can say right now. So we're about to see how everything goes. Thank you. Have a great day. Peace out. And I hope tomorrow I will have a longer stream, but it depends. Have you watched Pfeiffer, Media Day? Yes, he is true, child. I know what you mean. Yes, I did. See you later. Thanks for the great stream. Thank you too, fellas. Catch ya. Enjoy Bellator picks.